Swiggity swoo, how'd you do, guys? This is Powerhouse Pancham, and today, guys, I am bringing you a Sandstorm team. We're going to be using Tyranitar to set up the Sandstorm. It is probably the best Pokemon to set up Sand. You have Hippowdon as well, and Tyranitar as the only two Sandstream users. However, Tyranitar definitely is better for VGC. You could use Hippowdon in UU, I believe that's where it belongs, but I definitely recommend Tyranitar in terms of VGC. So we do have the Tyranitarite to Mega Evolve Tyranitar, and then we do have Sandstream, like I said before. Onto the moveset, we've gone with Crunch. It has 80 base power, 100 accuracy, and it has a 20% chance to load a target's defense by 1. We now have Rock Slide that has 75 base power, 90 accuracy, 30% chance to flinch foes, and actually hits both of your Pokemon's opponents if you play doubles, which is VGC. We do have Ice Punch, 75 base power, 100 accuracy, and basically the only reason I put Ice Punch is to deal with Landorus that really hurts this team, and also to deal with Salamence and Garchomp. Garchomp really hurts this team as well, so Ice Punch is a really good option. Then I do have Protect just for prediction initiative. Onto the EV spreads, I have gone with 252 attack, 128 in defense, and 128 in special defense. Tyranitar does get a boost in the sand to its special defense. It happens to all rock types. I don't completely understand it, but if you guys do, then just tell me how it works. But I definitely know that happens. I've gone with Adamant Nature just to give it a bit more firepower. Next we move on to Iris, the Excadrill. Basically, I call it Iris because if you watch 5th gen Pokemon Black and White series, Iris, the dragon trainer, actually has an Excadrill that doesn't obey her. But I really like Excadrill because it's Steel type, which is my favourite typing, and it looks really cool. We do have Life Orb, Holders damage and moves to 1.3 times damage, but it does lose 1/10 of its max HP after the attack. We then do have Sand Rush. Sand Rush is Sandstorm's active. This Pokemon speed is doubled, which is absolutely insane. I've gone with Earthquake, 100 power, 100 accuracy, hits adjacent foes, Pokemon, and power doubles on Dig. Earthquake's really good because it's stab as well, and it hits everything on the field. We do have Gyarados and Latios as our levitate and flying users, meaning that Earthquake won't hit them. Although you have to be careful around Cuddles and Sacred because they will get hit for super effective damage. Next we go with Iron Head that has 80 base power, 100 accuracy, and a 30% chance to clinch the target. We then do have Rock Slide because, like I said before, it dominates as it has 75 base power, 90 accuracy, 30% chance to flinch foes, and actually hits both your opponent's Pokemon. We then do have X-Scissor. This is mainly for grass types that this Pokemon has a bit of a problem with, especially in terms of Cuddles and, yeah, well, I know Cuddles, but something like a Chlorophyll Venusaur really dominates, so X-Scissor is a really good move for it. I actually think that it might be neutral, I'm not sure, but it is just good against general grass types. Onto the moveset, I've gone with 252 attack, 252 speed, 400 HP with an Adamant Nature. I love the attack of Excadrill. 135 is really good, and it's almost the same as Landorus, so I really like it. Yeah, so let's move on to Gyarados. Gyarados is a really good Pokemon. Gyarados is OU water flying typing, and it does have leftovers. At the end of every turn, the holder restores 1/16 of its max HP. It's also really good because although it has a 4 times weakness to Electric, Latios, Sacred, and Iris, and even Cuddles all resist it, which I really like. We do have the Intimidate ability that on switching this Pokemon lowers the adjacent foe's attack by 1, which I really like, especially if your opponent has 2 physical attackers on the field. Onto the moveset, we've gone with Waterfall that has 80 base power, 100 accuracy, and a 20% chance to flinch the target. We then do have Iron Head just for fairy types mainly, because this Pokemon does have a small problem with them. We do have Iron Head basically for that reason. It's also good against rock types that this Pokemon's weak to. We have Dragon Dance, boosts the user's attack and speed by 1, which I really like, and I definitely like to run Dragon Dance, even if you don't actually set it up half the time, but if you do get a chance to, then definitely go for it, guys. Next we have Avalanche. Since I put no speed EVs into Gyarados, Avalanche doubles if you get hit first. So basically, I could run Ice Fang that has 65 base power but 95 accuracy, and I'd rather lose out on the 5 power and have a chance of actually being slower than my opponent and then hitting them for 120 base power, which is absolutely insane. This is also good against someone like Landorus and Garchomp and general dragon types. Onto the moveset, I've gone with 252 HP, 76 in attack, 120 in defense, and 16 special defense. I put none in speed because that Dragon Dance will give us a +1 anyway, and 81 base speed is quite good. I have given it Adamant Nature, which is plus attack and minus special attack. Onto our next Pokemon, we've actually gone with Latios. I put Choice Scarf on Latios. Beforehand I did actually have Mega Latios and normal Tyranitar, but I really like the look of Choice Scarf Latios, especially with the Levitate ability, meaning we get immunity to ground type moves. We do have Psychic, 90 base power, 100 accuracy, 10% chance to lower the target special defense by 1, which I really like. We then have Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor has 130 base power, 90 accuracy, and it does lower the user's special attack by 1. That's the only downside, but to be honest, you're only ever going to be using Draco Meteor if you come up against another Dragon type, and basically if you come up against like a Garchomp or a Salamence, sorry about that guys, you could just go for Ice Beam. So for this reason, I'm actually going to change Draco Meteor out for Thunderbolt, because this means this Pokemon is just a general all-round sweeper, because it actually has access to a lot of good moves, such as Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball. Next we move on to Energy Ball. Energy Ball has 90 base power, 100 accuracy, and 10% chance to lower the target special defense by 1. You could go with Draco Meteor guys, or even Dragon Pulse, it's completely up to you. Going 252 special attack, 252 speed, and 4 in HP. I've also given it a timid nature, because that 110 base speed, although it's decent, still means it's like in the average speed tier for sweepers. So giving it a timid nature also just gives it the chance to outspeed other sweepers, and with such high base special attack, you're going to be OK on a lot of sweepers as well. Next we go on to Aegis Slash. Aegis Slash is a really good Pokemon. It's in Ubers now, which is insane, and it is holding the weakness policy, which is a very common item on it due to its high defense and special defense. If you get hit with something like a Shadow Ball or Shadow Claw, you can get a weakness policy boost and hit your opponent back for twice as much damage. We then do have stance change. This Pokemon changes form depending on how it battles. If you don't know what that means guys, it has 150 base special defense and defense. Basically when it changes into its attacking form, that defense and special defense base that swaps with its special and attack special attack and attack base stats. Sorry, I'm really stuttering here guys, sorry about that. So basically it turns its attack and special attack into 150 and puts the defense and special defense into 50, and this is why people like to use it so much. I've gone with Shadow Ball, 80 power, 100 accuracy, and 20% chance to lower special defense by 1 of the foe, sorry. We now have gone with Flash Cannon. I didn't mean to put Flash there. Flash Cannon, 80 base power, 100 accuracy, 10% chance to lower its target special defense by 1. I let's have White Guard, because Earthquake is such a big problem for this team, and also Heat Wave can be a menace to this team. So White Guard just pretty much stops those moves from attacking you that turn. I've then gone with King Shield. King Shield actually changes you back into your shield form if you decide to attack, and a lot of people, well, I don't think anybody doesn't run King Shield. I think it's like mandatory to run it really. So yeah, so I've gone with 252 in HP, 252 in special attack with 4 in defense. You could change these EVs up guys depending on how you want to run it, and I've given it a modest nature. Next I move on to Sylveon. Sylveon is such a good Pokemon. It's now in OU, Fairy type evolution, and it does have the Citrus Berry. Restores 1/4 of max HP when at half HP or less, and it does have a single use. We do have the Pixelate ability. This Pokemon's normal moves become Fairy type and do 1.3 times damage. This is where we're running Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice now turns into a Fairy type move and it gets a 1.3 times boost, which is absolutely incredible. Next we do have Shadow, so that means that it does 107 damage and it hits actually both your opponents. We do have Shadow Ball that has 80 power, 100 accuracy. This is for Ghost types really. Then we do have Protect, prevents moves from inflicting this user this turn. And then we do have Helping Hand, just saying if Sylvia can't really touch your opponent, but your ally can, you can Helping Hand it just to give it that single use of like a choice specs or choice band, and that means they could potentially OHKO a Pokemon that's giving you trouble. Onto the moves, I've gone with 252 as special attack, 252 special defense with 4 in HP with a modest nature. So that's my team guys. It's very, very offensive, but at the same time it's not the fastest team ever. Latios and Iris are pretty much our sweepers. Sacred, for example, is our bulky sweeper. Gyarados is more or less a setup, and Sylvia is more of a assisting Pokemon, while Cuddles just is there to stay there for as long as possible. So thanks for watching guys. If you want to go check out Lithium Luxray, I'll leave a link in the description. He's a really good guy, he's a really good friend of mine. He does a lot of good content, although he doesn't upload very regular. That's the only downside of him guys. But if you guys go watch him and subscribe to his channel, I'm sure he'll pick up the uploads maybe daily or every 2 days. He does have exams coming up soon, so guys be a little bit patient if you do subscribe to him. So thanks for watching guys, and goodbye.